Hey, Bills Mafia, how we doing here, guys? Little off-season review, going over the Super Bowl a little bit, going over the season and how everything went. Obviously, a little bit disappointing for the Bills to not get where we wanted them to be. We wanted them to be in the playoffs, but they didn't make it, and it was kind of a circus year. A lot of people could say, and I don't listen to much of that. I don't buy into Rex, and he's not the answer, and we need this. I mean, we need to get a groove like the Carolina Panthers got. Yes, they lost the ultimate game. They did, but that's the type of groove that the Bills need to get into. And I firmly believe that. Yeah, coaching means a lot, and I'm not disregarding that you need good coaches and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, players on the field and how they act to certain situations, which could be coaching, but it's the players playing together and to finding out a way how to win is the real key. On that topic, I know it's kind of simmering down a little bit, but people are still talking about Cam Newton and how he didn't act right, or he was a sore loser. And me personally, guys, and this is just my opinion, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's my opinion, I don't have a problem with Cam and how he acted. Yes, there's certain people that would have acted different, but like Cam said, he's not those other people. And could he handle press conferences a little different and be a little more professional? Yeah, I guess he can, but I didn't have a problem at all how he acted, because he just lost the biggest game that he's ever been a part of, and he had a really bad day, and that defense swarmed on him. All the respect and credit to Cam Newton and those guys in that team, because they really put together a very, 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 very good season. A lot of people are talking about Peyton Manning, all this stuff surfacing about accusations of him and rapes, I hear, and all this crazy crap. Come on. If it's true, it's true, but why is this stuff coming out now after he wins the Super Bowl? Really? Come on. Stupid media. Can't stand it. I have respect for Peyton Manning. I have respect for Cam Newton. And professional athletes learn and go through processes of how to become I don't know, I guess the way the NFL wants them to be, Aaron Rodgers or whoever, we lost a great game to a great team, and, we had some bad moments, but Denver ended up having a better game. Cam Newton wasn't like that. He was more on the side of, whatever. Questions he expected that he was going to hear, But yes, he does need to clear that up a little bit, but I don't question his character or anything like that. I personally just don't, I think, to be honest, it's just a little ridiculous that people are hopping on him like this. But we will find out next year how he handles the adversity, and to other people's point, that's why you don't maybe celebrate as much as you do, because when you lose, people can't wait to hop on you and tear you apart. Dabbing and all this, and whatever, and maybe because Peyton Manning's been more quiet and a little bit easier to, he gives the professional answer, he's not viewed as, but I'm sure he can't stand when he loses either. I'm sure when he lost to the Seahawks, it was terrible. He handles himself well, but let's get on that. The actual Super Bowl, it wasn't really the greatest Super Bowl I've ever watched. It was kind of boring in my opinion, and I'm a great football fan. I love football. I thought Cam Newton at some point was going to be what we've seen all year. Only one game left to go. Are you gonna, and Cam just couldn't find his rhythm, and that defense really did shut him down. It wasn't the best football game. It wasn't, but it was sure better than when the Seahawks stomped the Broncos 3 years ago. So these Super Bowls, they get a lot of hype, is what I want to say, and sometimes they don't live up to it, but I don't have a problem with that either. But I don't think it was the greatest Super Bowl. But guys, so overall, it is the off season now, and I want to take a little break, and just collect my thoughts on what we're going to do, and not from YouTube videos, but just I want to take a break and, start reviewing how I think the Bills are really going to do this year, and what kind of chances we have. And, the NFL is as I've been watching, it really is if you're on fire, and you're doing good, and you keep that mojo going, I mean, those are the teams that make it. Those are the teams that get it, and teams with good defenses. And that Broncos defense really showed us something, guys. So, all the way around, whether Peyton Manning retires or not, a shout out to him for being and having a very honorable career, showing football players how a football player should be, through the tough, through the thin, you know what I mean? And, what I mean by that is just he's very classy. He really loves the game of football. And I don't think it's the easiest decision in the world for him to retire because he loves the game that much. I was talking to my brother, the one that was in my California. He comes from California. Sometimes he's on, and he was saying, Vin, I think he'll be back. And I said, well, I'm not too sure he'll be back, but I know that he's thinking that he might be able to find a fit for himself. The Broncos want to move on with Osweiler. That's clear, and I think that's what's going to happen. But ultimately, I think he will retire. I think he will retire, but I think it's not as easy as a decision. Has he made up his mind yet? I don't think so, because I think that he would have told us if he made up his mind, But guys, don't listen to all the media and the trash talk about Manning and the trash talk about Newton. I mean, you're going to get that all the time. I mean, it's clear as day. You're going to get that all the time. If it was Tampa Bay versus whoever, you're going to hear some stories about some players on that team that, so don't listen to all that. And, guys, we had a good season overall. The Bills need to, we need to really do some soul searching on how we're going to be as a team next year. And this whole LeSean McCoy thing is for another video. He could be doing 20 years, I heard. But then again, that's people speculating, and I don't like to speculate. But guys, comment, like, subscribe, and share some thoughts. If you want to hear some things and my viewpoints of some other things, and you like the video, just share, comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.